Tongan dancer and choreographer Tuiahai Tui'afitu is helping to keep his nation's traditional dance forms alive against the onslaught of hip-hop. He's been in New Zealand as the Pacific Dance Artist in Residence in Auckland, taking workshops and sharing his love of Tongan dance. His grandfather was an authority on Tongan history, tradition and culture and encouraged his grandson to dance.
Okay, my name is Tui'afitu. I am 22 years of age, full Tongan, born and raised, and I'm Pacific Dance New Zealand Artist in Residence 2016. This Otuhaka dance is a sit-down dance, sitting down dance. It's basically just hand movements, just the hands, just the top part of the body. And it was performed by women originally, by women with nobility blood. And it was performed in front of the Tui'afitu in special occasions that he won. But nowadays men can join in. But Otuhaka is basically just for women. It's a really old Tongan language. It's Samoan and Uvean, it's called Wallace Watuna nowadays, but it's a really old language. And Tongan, that's the Tongan old language. Yeah, but nowadays I'm not sure if anybody understands the language now in Tonga, especially youth. But there's some people that still understand it. Probably just Punakis. I learned it when I was in Atenisi, performing arts. The school was founded by the late Professor Futahelu. And I basically just grew up at the campus as a grandson and just running around and just always looking at all this every time they have dance practice. And grew up enjoying FPA and went on tours, and that's how I learned the dancing, all the dancing that I'm here to do and share. Oh, they're lovely. They, not just Tongans there, but they have other cultures, other nationalities of kids, that they're loving it. They like the Tongan dance. They actually told me it's the best dancing of the South Pacific, but I cannot, I know I'm Tongan, but every culture has, their dancing is all beautiful.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 times. And then after that they do this. 1, 2, come to the right. With the left hand. Same thing.
They're really keen. They're really into they want to learn more, because most of them grew up without any background, or they were doing any Tongan dance taught to them by someone from Tonga, and they're really happy and really interested to learn the Tongan dance. And some of them haven't done any Tongan dancing in their life, and they're Tongan, full Tongan, but they were born here and grew up here in New Zealand.
Into the arts now, the ancient songs and dance of Tonga have been on show at the Te Oro Arts Centre in Glen Innes in the last month as part of a Pacific dance residency. Tuiahai is from the Atenisi Foundation for the Performing Arts in Tonga, and the residency is now in its 7th year.
It's in Otuhaka, but they use it now in Ma'ululu. But it was in Otuhaka, this one. So when you go to the side, at the same time, the person beside you, his right arm comes across inside you at this, in your left arm. That's why you have the little gap in this, so they come across and they're together. It's a really nice one. It's all about the hand going to the side. There's one that I really like in the Otuhaka is that move, when you put it up and it goes back up here, and then when you deki, it comes here and it comes back down. Motorize it to this one, and then comes around, and then here. That's the modernized one for the movement in Otuhaka, and they go into the side, one, and it comes back, they pull, and then the tui, and there's another one, this one, it goes around, and then you deck him with it. The vete, this one, it's a modern movement, but it wasn't in Otuhaka. But it's my contribution to Otuhaka. As an artist, I like to use vete just in the Otuhaka. Space. What I think about space, giving space, and the hands away from the arms, like your arms are supposed to be, because it's all about, so your movements can be, there's like a lot of space for your movements when you're doing it. At the same time, it looks way beautiful when your arms are away from your side of your body. So, and the head, every time you do Tonga dancing, it's always, you just have to, when you're looking, you always have to look where your hand movements are going. And then you look at the front. Every time a movement starts, a haka, you have to look at it first. Like for example, this one, when it goes to the side, look at it, and it comes back to the middle. And then you just keep on, you have to follow where your arms are doing. Because at the same time, you're telling a story as you're dancing. You're telling what the song is about, the story of the song. The poetry of the song. First thing I was teaching, you have to be graceful, you know, but at the same time you have to make your body be still. It's just the arms is the most important thing. That's Otuhaka. It's the movement of arms and hands. That's why I usually say pause. Always remember to have a little pause. Don't rush it at first. I've seen a lot of dancing, Tongan dance, people perform. It's like they're rushing it. It's not a race, because you have to just timing, especially the timing. They don't have time. If you don't have time, you're not a dancer, because timing is very important in dancing.
First asking Hai whether he's pushing the traditional dance forms in new directions or sticking to the rules.
When I was 2, I just started dancing, and it's inside of me naturally, Tongan dance, and I just love dancing.
When did you decide that you yourself wanted to be a dancer? And it sounds like your family did support you in that.
I just knew it. I didn't decide it, but I just knew it. Dancing is for me, so that's it.
The traditional dance forms are very important to you, but do you like to experiment also with them? Because you could simply concentrate on the beautiful traditional dance forms of Tonga, or you can take those traditional forms and push them in other directions. What do you do?
For now, I just keep it really keeping the traditional dancing movements. But I think in the future, I would just like to contribute some new moves into the Tongan cultural dance. But at the same time, I'll just keep on reserving the traditional movements.